Hey everybody, Dr. Dane, and I wanted to take a moment to go through my daily supplement routine. I think this is extremely important because I really think the supplements are something that kept me very safe when I had COVID right before Thanksgiving. I had very mild symptoms, and to be quite honest, I had gotten very lazy with my supplements, which I've been usually pretty disciplined through COVID. But the month before I got COVID, I got real lazy. I was only doing my supplements maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I haven't missed a day since COVID, and I've been feeling great. And I think your supplements, and I'll explain why, are the things that are gonna keep you healthy throughout the winter, okay? So let's go through what I take and why I take it. First things first is I have a 7-day pill tray that I use. This is very convenient. I just load this thing up each week. But let's go through the actual supplements that I take. First things first is I do a liposomal glutathione spray. So this goes right under the tongue. I do 4 squirts. Glutathione is the #1 cellular antioxidant in the body. So remember, antioxidants are what prevent free radical damage that damage the cells. Remember that COVID is a virus that requires a host cell. So if your host cells are strong, the virus isn't gonna penetrate and replicate. So you wanna keep your body free as much as possible. There's so many things that create damage and free radicals in the body, but you wanna have a good antioxidant, and glutathione is the #1 cellular antioxidant in the body, okay? Next thing is I take a essential multivitamin. It's a multivitamin, multi-mineral complex, a very good high quality one. The next thing I take is something called PRMs, and PRMs stand for pro-resolving mediators. And what does that do? Well, in the body, you want to minimize inflammation as much as possible. So remember, people that are having poor outcomes with COVID have massive inflammation that shuts down their organs. Well, if you have a baseline level of inflammation because you have a lot of visceral fat, which produces inflammation, or you have some chronic disease process in your body, such as heart disease or any autoimmune inflammatory condition, you already have inflammation. And so then you're just adding inflammation on top of that when you get COVID, and you're probably gonna have a much worse outcome and symptoms and things like that. The next thing I take is I do 2,000 milligrams of omega-3. Extremely important. Omega-3 is the essential fats in your body. So remember, your brain, your blood vessels, your hormones, all these things are made of fat, and you wanna get high quality essential fats in your diet. And I just don't believe people get enough omega-3. We get a lot of omega-6, which is in animal products, the meats, the butters, the cheeses, but we don't get enough high quality omega-3, and this really helps to thin the blood and also to minimize inflammation, okay? The next thing that I take is a liver support, and the liver support is really important because your liver is what filters your blood and pulls out all the toxins. So your liver goes through 2 phases of detoxification, and it's very important to help support the liver process to detoxify and pull those impurities out of your bloodstream. The next thing I take is a good probiotic. Again, super important. Remember, 70% of your immune system and the cells of your immune system live in your gut. So it's extremely important to keep your gut healthy. And I'll talk about not just the probiotic, but something else I do in just a second. But the probiotic is, you want a diverse strain of probiotic. When you buy it, it should be refrigerated. Ours come packaged in an ice chest. When we get them, we put them right in the refrigerator. So if you're buying probiotics right off the shelf, those probably been exposed to heat, and remember, these are live organisms, so you want a refrigerated probiotic. The next thing I take is zinc. Zinc is something I started taking after COVID because zinc is very important in preventing viral replication. So again, viruses can't live without a host cell. You want to keep that virus from replicating and infecting numerous cells in your body, which ultimately is going to lead to an infection and symptoms. And then the last thing I take is vitamin D3. I take 10,000 IUs a day. The formula for vitamin D3 is 400 IUs per 10 pounds of body weight. So a 100-pound person should be taking 4,000 IUs. A 200-pound person should be taking about 8,000 IUs a day. We do lab work in our office, and I can tell you without fail, if somebody is not taking vitamin D3, and most people work indoors, they are low in vitamin D. And all the research coming out on COVID shows that people that are above 40 or 50 have much better chance of getting COVID and recovering from COVID, and people that are lower than 20 have a much higher incidence of poor outcomes and death with COVID. So vitamin D3 is essential. The last thing I want to go over is I do 2 things. These are powders. This is Colonics, and this helps keep my bowel and my intestinal tract super clean and healthy. This is 10 grams of soluble and insoluble fiber, and it also has a lot of prebiotics in it that help to feed. It's like Miracle Grow for your probiotic bacteria. and I do something called GI Integrity, which is along the same line, but it has glutamine in it, and glutamine helps to repair the gut lining. And I can't tell you how important it is to have a healthy gut lining, because the gut lining is where nutrients are absorbed. It's also where a lot of your probiotic bacteria, remember your colon is folded on itself, and on people's x-rays I see so much junk in their colon and it's stuck between the folds of their colon, and the Colonics acts like a good cleaner to clean out that colon and just really keep your intestinal system as healthy as possible. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys are taking some similar supplements. I do believe that this is extremely important. So get on your supplements, reach out to the office. You can go on our website and order any of these products, or we can assist you in the office. So this is Dr. Dane. I hope you guys have a great and happy and healthy new year, and we'll see you next year, and we'll embark on the goal to keep you guys as healthy as we can in 2022.